everybody, I'm Joe Lowe, and welcome back to the U.S. Hot Rod Association's Monster Truck Challenge. The Carolina Crusher, owned and driven by the lone wolf, Gary Porter, out of Wadesboro, North Carolina, is one of the most popular trucks in the U.S. Hot Rod Association, thrilling fans everywhere he goes. But it's been a tough year for Gary as he stands by with our Steve McDonald.
I'm Steve McDonald with Gary Porter from Wadesboro, North Carolina. We are indeed a long way from Wadesboro, North Carolina, Gary, and so are you. 6.5 years ago you got going in this business. Talk about how you got into it.
Well, we started back in 1985. My brother, he opened a four-wheel drive center, and he needed something to advertise for the shop there to help promote it. And me and him both was interested in monster trucks, so we sort of teamed up together and went for it. We built the first truck and just started doing local shows, and we started just building and building and getting bigger and bigger into it. So here we are today. In the very beginning, when I quit my public job and went on the road full time, I couldn't afford to hire anybody to go with me, so I just took off by myself, and I would buy canned food, soup, and stuff, in the grocery stores. I'd go back to the motel room and heat it up in the sink, under the hot water. And, that's how I got started, just trying to, save every dollar I could and, try to invest and make my equipment, more competitive. I've been having a problem lately of cutting a real close light. I've been asleep on the line a few times and lost some races, and that's my main thing I'm concentrating on right now, is just cutting a real close light and trying not to bring the engine RPMs up too high so I won't spin out on the line and lose the race. Because in these short races, the race is won right at the starting line. A lot of the time, you just have a gut feeling where you won or lost. I mean, you really can't tell in the truck exactly, but you just have a gut feeling, and most of the time, as soon as you cross the finish line, you know where you won or lost.
When you're on the road, there's a lot of thousands of miles that you travel all by yourself. That's got to be tough.
It is. Well, like this year, I've already been to California and back by myself, and that's a lot of hours just sitting in the truck, by yourself, just listening to the radio and talking once in a while on the CB. And, a lot of thoughts go through your mind. You wonder if it's even worth it. Why am I out here? I don't have no personal life back home, and sometimes I just want to quit and go back and have a normal life.
Now, last year, you had that very decision in front of you.
Yeah, I was ready to quit, and I had everything for sale. I was ready to sell out and just go back, and live a normal life and live at home. And then, some things turned around, some things I like. I'm looking for a big sponsor, to come around, and, I'm here to stay now.
Why do you do it, Gary?
Just being competitive. I like traveling, seeing a lot of nice people out here, and, and seeing the country. And, it's just something, once you do it, you can't just walk away from it.
Driver of the Year twice, and that's a reflection of how the other drivers who vote on that award think about you.
Well, I try to help them all I can, because being out here by myself, I have to depend on them a lot. There are a lot of stuff I can't do on the truck by myself, and I have to go over and ask them to help me, and they always do. And so when somebody else has trouble, I always try to be there.
Friends get competitors, and then friends again.
That's right. Everybody's friends, out in the pits, in the motels, on the road. Everybody will help everybody. But when you pull to the line to race one of them, you better believe they're not going to cut you any slack.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Monster Truck Challenge. And he is the reigning U.S. Hot Rod Association World Champion. He's Jackie Willman Jr. out of Granite City, Illinois. And it hasn't been an easy season for the world champ.
Jackie Willman, he's a competitor to me. He's sort of like me. I mean, he doesn't like to lose, which nobody out there likes to lose, but when he loses, man, it'll get underneath of his skin. And he doesn't show it a lot, but me and Jackie behind the scenes would pick on each other, and I can tell it gets under his skin, and it's like ribbing somebody, and I love to beat Jackie Willman and just he makes his little lip drop out, but he just hates to lose, man, and I'm the same way, and that's why I like Jackie so much. I mean, Jackie is a true racer out there. I mean, he is, blood and guts.
Now, earlier in the season, our own Ken Brew had the opportunity to spend some time with the reigning world champion.
Ever since there's been a Taurus, there's been a Willman behind the wheel. First it was Jack Sr. Now the driving is done by Jack Willman Jr., who's with us now, and welcome to Monster Truck Challenge.
Glad to be here.
Now, you are kind of unique in the sense that you grew up with this sport. Your dad was a driver. Now you've come along. What do you remember about the early years when your dad first got into it?
I can always remember being around him and going to the races and just being a whole part of the monster truck group there. And as I got older and things went along, you know, it kind of got time for me to get put in the seat. And I'm really glad to be a part in the Monster Truck Challenge, and my father gave me the opportunity.
So you actually did do some traveling with him?
Oh, yeah, I used to travel on the road just like a driver, except I was just like what you'd call a crew person, and then went to be a driver.
Tell me about Senior. Is your dad still involved in the Taurus team?
Oh, yeah, he's quite involved. You know, he is the owner, and right now we're building another new truck. It'll be out this summer, and it's keeping us very busy.
The legacy lives on. Tell me what you enjoy most about monster truck racing.
Well, I kind of like traveling down the road and seeing the country, and then I like the competition.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were part of the Fred Schaefer Barefoot team, and then Taurus became its own team. How did that all happen?
Fred Schaefer and my dad, Jack Willman, was partners for quite some time when this monster truck craze first started back in the early 80s, and as things went on, the trucks grew, and partnerships don't always work, and he kind of went his way, and we went ours, and we established Taurus.
I want to establish this once and for all. Is there bad blood between Barefoot and Taurus?
I'd say there's bad blood between Barefoot and Taurus, but as of a personality, you know, between Fred Schaefer or Jack Willman or myself with Fred Schaefer, we don't have real hard feelings, but when it comes to getting on the track and Taurus against Barefoot, we're out to win.
Everybody likes to win, but is there one competitor that you really enjoy beating? Would that be Schaefer?
I say I enjoy beating him, but I like anybody that's a top competitor in the sport, I enjoy running, and then if I do win, I feel like I've accomplished something.
Well, you do win a lot. You're the defending world champion. Has that put any pressure on you here in 1992?
Well, it has, because I'd really like to do it back-to-back, which hasn't been done in the Camel Mud Monsters, and right now I'm setting second behind EQUALIZER, which there ain't much spread in between, and I think I can still have a good chance of pulling it off.
You mentioned the new truck that you're working on. Take me through 1992, maybe into 93. What can we look for from the Taurus team down the road?
Well, our Taurus trucks are built extremely light. We was the first ones to cut tires, use lighter axles, do a number of things, and right now our trucks weigh 8,000 pounds, and they have a 10,000-pound limit, so that really has us restricted. And we're hoping in the future that they cut the weight limit back, maybe knock some horsepower down, and I think that'll let the sport progress quite a bit.
And as we see Jackie Willman getting his championship check from last year, this man wants to make sure he doesn't get another one.